Welcome to Mlc TV News Hour, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I'm Khadijat Mohammed. The headlines. Buhari launches 5G policy, directs security agencies to adopt technology. NLC suspends protest, says talks with federal government continue. APC debunks zoning rumors, warns against misinformation. And Australia Open, Collins, Keys reach semi-finals. Now the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari has directed all the security institutions to immediately leverage fifth-generation technology 5G when deployed to enhance security in the country. Launching the national policy on 5G for Nigeria's digital economy, the president said the federal government will take full advantage of the opportunities that 5G provides for the economy, security, and well-being of the nation. President Buhari also allayed fears over health safety of 5G, affirming that such issues have been effectively addressed in developing a policy that suits the country. This is contained in a statement made available by the Special Advisor to the President, Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina. The President said on the benefits of 5G technologies, he noted it can support virtually every sector of the economy, including enhanced connectivity, improved healthcare, support for education, while fostering smart cities, and boosting agriculture, among other advantages. The President explained that the national 5G policy includes a deployment plan to ensure that major cities across the country benefit from the technologies. He added that the policy, which is in line with the commitment of his administration to supporting the digital economy as an enabler for the diversification of national economy, also seeks to make 5G a major driver of the economy, a catalyst for small cities in the country, and a platform for the creation of jobs that support digital economy. He therefore assured investors that the federal government would continue to provide an enabling environment for their businesses to be very successful as Nigeria begins the rollout of the technology. President Buhari directed the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, to supervise the implementation of the policy being done by the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, with the support of other government institutions. Different women groups under the umbrella of Women United for Yahya Bello on Tuesday organized a rally to express support for Governor Yahya Bello of Kogi's presidential ambition. The women from more than 600 groups across the 6 geopolitical zones at a solidarity walk entitled 1 Million Women March for Yahya Bello in Abuja said that Bello had all it could take to be the president in 2023. President National Association of Women Entrepreneurs, Vera Indanusa, told journalists that the turnout of women for the rally was an evidence that Bello supported women. Our reporter has more.
Vera Indanusa said that Nigerian women had made up their minds to support whoever had been supporting them. She advised that it was not yet late for people in power to learn women empowerment from Bello, saying women empowerment should be top priority for the Nigerian government.
I believe Nigerian women are happy with the giant strides Governor Yahya Bello is taking towards empowering them in the state, and that is good. We actually like to encourage and identify with men, great men, because any man that empowers and encourages a woman is a great man.
The Iyaloja General Southwest, Nike Akimboye, said that with the massive turnout, Nigerian women, regardless of tribe or religion, had shown that they were really united behind their own. Akimboye said market women are in total support of the governor and would mobilize massively for him if he declares for presidency.
He's the only governor in Nigeria that have our women interests. So, at this junction, we market women, I'm talking seriously about my market women, that we are solidly behind Yahya Bello.
Ex-Nollywood actress Binta Ayo Mogaji, who led many other stars, said that the recent commendation of Bello by the Vice President of Liberia, Jewel Taylor, was key indication of his support for women. Ayomogaji urged women to come to support Bello, adding that Nigerian women must support that one governor that had showed them massive support. Ayomogaji, who said that the turnout for the rally was impressive, urged the federal government to pay more attention to the needs of women.
Women, are we going to be backbenchers for life? No. Why can't we have a female vice president in Nigeria? Why can't we have a female speaker of House of Reps or a female Senate leader? This is what I personally am advocating for. So whoever supports women, I'm in support of the person. I don't know him, I've never met him personally, but whoever will favor women, I will favor the person.
Former National President of National Association of Women Journalists, Ifeyiwa Omowole, said that 2023 election will be determined by women. Omowole said that the women were calling on Bello to run because he's a governor that has carried women along in his appointments and the election of women as vice chairman in all the local governments of the state.
Another women activist, Abiodun Ojo,
described Bello's administration as a government that had given women more inclusivity in governance.
He has decided to engage women in his cabinet, and we now have 35 derivatives that we've been asking for in his government, and this is why we are saying we need more men like him.
Ojo
expressed optimism that if Bello become Nigerian president, more women would be empowered and appointed as ministers, saying Nigeria will get to a time where women could even become president of the country. Women from key sectors including NGOs, civil society organizations, religious, professional bodies, media, politics and entertainment took part in the rally.
The Nigeria Labour Congress has suspended its nationwide protest slated for Thursday and February 2nd. The Congress took the decision at its National Executive Council meeting held virtually on Tuesday. The NLC President Ayuba Waba, who disclosed this at a press conference, hinted the decision to suspend the protest on the reversal of the federal government's plan to stop the subsidy on petrol. Before the announcement, the Congress had told journalists on Monday that it will continue with the preparations for the protest. Waba stated that NEC of the NLC had given directives for the mobilization of workers and citizens for the national protest if the federal government refused to reverse the planned hike in the pump price of petrol. But justifying the union's decision, the NLC president said the Congress dropped the planned protest following the reversal by government. He said, at the peak of very rigorous mobilization of Nigerians by the Nigeria Labour Congress and a host of her civil society allies, the government, through the Minister of Finance, yesterday made a public announcement reversing the plans to increase petrol pump price. The Labour leader said the Congress had communicated the decision to its civil society allies who have stood stoically behind Nigerian workers in their quest for social and economic justice. The NLC said it will continue to engage with the government on the very critical issues of ensuring local refining of petroleum, creation of sustainable jobs, and affordable price of petrol for Nigerian workers and people. It commended the workers, people, and the civil society allies for their unwavering solidarity and support during this struggle. The organized labor in Kogi State says it has called off the planned mass protest earlier slated for Thursday, 27 January 2022 against fuel subsidy removal by the federal government. The NLC chairman, Onu Edoka, announced this shortly after a virtual meeting with the national leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress. He said the cancellation of the nationwide protest was as a result of federal government's reversal of its earlier decision on fuel subsidy removal. He saluted the cooperation of Kogi workers and civil society ally in the state, urging them to await further directive on the pending minimum wage struggle and other related matters. In an effort to lessen the hardship of coal guys in the state, the Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Yunusa Gabriel Olofu, held a closed-door session with National Association of Table Water Producers at Lokoja, Kogi State. In his opening remarks, the State Commissioner Yunusa Gabriel Olofu, represented by the Permanent Secretary Ezekiel Shaibu, said that there is a need to understand the rationale behind the increment of pure water sold to consumers in the state. Speaking, the State Association Chairman, Esenyi Joseph, explained the difficulty in running a water business as opposed to a few years ago. He was of the opinion that the state's water required constant testing to enable it to meet worldwide standard, a practice that has gotten expensive over the years. The chairman pointed out that retailers often increase their price way more than necessary whenever they freeze water, thereby creating discrepancy in prices. Furthermore, there are other expenses they have had to face in order to stay in business, including NAFDAC license, diesel generator, machine membrane, license renewal, reduction in bag price, etc. Apart from all this, there is still the issue of constant testing, because it was discovered that Kogi has high concentration of calcium found in its water. He pleaded that the government should come to their aid. Responding, the Permanent Secretary Ezekiel Shaibu thanked the team and acknowledged that these are indeed trying times for everyone. Ezekiel pointed out that there is a need for synergy between both organizations, expressing that the association should have formed a relationship with the ministry instead of acting as a one-man crew. He was of the opinion that two good heads are better than one, and the ministry is better equipped in solving situations that has to do with the commercial activities of the state. The Permanent Secretary thanked the team and assured them that there will be another meeting to address all that has been discussed, with a review on a suitable price point that will guide all water producers and consumers alike. Kano State Agro-Pastoral Development Project (KSADP) has budgeted 10.9 billion naira for the 2022 fiscal year. The state project coordinator Ibrahim Garuba Muhammad has announced, according to a statement signed by the project communication specialist Amin Yassar, the financial plan has approved during a meeting of the project steering committee, chaired by the State Deputy Governor and Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Nasiru Yusuf Gauna. According to the project coordinator, the lion's share of about 9% of the total money was budgeted for crops and legumes value chain interventions for smallholder farmers across the state to be conducted with technical cooperation of Sasakawa Africa and KNARDA. Although he did not give specific details of the budget, he mentioned that a substantial amount was set aside for development of 1,000 hectares of land at Watari Irrigation Project, expected to impact at least 4,000 farmers. Ibrahim announced that the budget entails a cattle and small ruminants fattening schemes with 50% matching grants. This is in addition to a small ruminants breeding scheme. On Danso Shia Grazing Reserve, he stated that several physical works were scheduled for execution in the settlement this year, highlighting that the projects include infrastructure and grazing land development. According to Ibrahim, construction of feeder roads in some parts of the state, Dawanau market infrastructure, and establishment of 40 milk collection centers are among the project's priorities for the year. Likewise, commercial large-scale fodder production, smallholder fodder production, and improvement of crop residue utilization. He thanked the Islamic Development Bank and the Lives and Livelihood Funds for timely release of funds for project execution, stressing that their commitment has encouraged the project management unit of the KSADP to strive for success. The project coordinator expressed appreciation to the steering committee members as well as the management of KNARDA, the project's executing agency, for their cooperation at all times. We go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Mlc TV Online is here. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV.
country has its peculiar system of government. In Nigeria, we practice democracy, and this is applicable in some countries across the globe, including the United States of America. What is democracy? It is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. In the political arena, we are ready to x-ray how we play politics in Nigeria and other countries. The challenge of power shift syndrome, how it has impacted or affected the people. How can we make it better for all? Join Fatima Yakub on Mlc TV online every Saturday by 9 p.m. to discuss and examine all about the politics and the power that be. To watch us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mlc TV. Like our Facebook page, Mlc TV, and follow us on our Instagram, Mlc TV 2021. We are here to inform, educate, and to criticize constructively. Don't miss it.
Mlc TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV. With entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. Wife of the President, Aisha Buhari, has appointed Kashim Shettima, former governor of Borno, as chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Future Assured College, Maiduguri. The college was built by the Aisha Buhari Foundation in Maiduguri to cater for the educational needs of victims of Boko Haram insurgency in the state. Inaugurating the Shettima-led 11-member governing board of the college at the Presidential Villa, Abuja on Tuesday, Buhari charged members to shoulder the responsibility with utmost dedication and selflessness. She expressed gratitude to the government and people of Borno for their support and cooperation. Buhari also thanked the T.Y. Danjuma Foundation and other development partners for the support towards the success of the project. In his acceptance speech, Shettima expressed gratitude to the president's wife for finding him worthy for the appointment. The All Progressive Congress has distanced itself from a list making the rounds that detailed purported zoning of offices announced by the chairman of the caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, Mary Malabuni. This is according to a disclaimer signed on Wednesday by the APC's Director General, Press and Media Affairs, Maman Mohammed. The disclaimer read in part, attention of the Governor of Yobe State and Chairman, APC Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, Mary Malabuni, has been drawn to media publications with purported zoning of offices allegedly announced by him. Bune said the APC has not taken any decision at any fora on anything relating to the zoning of offices. He said, the publication is just a figment of the author's imagination that has nothing to do with the chairman and the party. The chairman urged the press to resist unverified stories and rumors and to always verify all issues related to the party, promising that the doors of the party are always open. The Acting Controller General of Immigration, Issa Jere Idris, has announced the interception of 189 boys and girls suspected to be victims of human trafficking by the Lagos Border Patrol Command, SEME. Speaking at the Zone A headquarters of the service in Lagos, the Acting Controller General said that the youth made up of 115 girls and 74 boys aged between 15 and 20 years were intercepted in batches on their way out of the country through the SEME border area. 92 of them were intercepted on 22nd January 2022, while another 97 were picked up by its vigilant operatives on 24th of January 2022. The victims, while speaking with the acting controller general, said that they were on their way to Emerald University in Benin Republic to commence degree program. This is contained by ACI Amos Opu, the NIS Public Relations Officer, in a statement, said that the faith-based organization operating in Imo and Abia State offered them provisional admissions into the schools. Moreover, only 3 of them hold valid travel documents. The duo claimed to be students of ISCG University in Benin Republic and had been mandated to facilitate the movement of the youth to Benin Republic. Each of the victims claimed to have paid the sum of 50,000 naira for the process. ACI Opu noted that the acting controller general wishes to use this medium to call on the public to beware of fraudsters who come up in diverse styles and antics to deceive unsuspecting people into accepting all manner of offers abroad. Now on our foreign news, hundreds of people in Burkina Faso's capital Ouagadougou have been celebrating after the military seized power on Monday. The ousting of President Roch Kabore was unsettling but not unexpected, and it is the 4th coup in West Africa in the last 17 months. Neighboring Mali has seen 2 military interventions in that time, fueled by concerns over an inability to deal with growing militant Islamist violence. Kabore's removal was triggered by growing discontent among security forces over his alleged failure to adequately support them against militants linked to both Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State group. Members of parliament in Italy are electing a new president this week, a secret ballot that is usually hard to predict, and this time is no different. The head of the Italian state has limited powers, but the president does appoint a prime minister and can influence the government's economic strategy, and with a general election due early next year, a lot is at stake. The next prime minister, probably heading a coalition government, must ensure the recovery of the economy continues. The pandemic hit Italy hard, but it faced years of stagnation before that, and foreign investors hope the EU member state will stay on the path towards growth. Following a second round of voting, which proved inconclusive, Italy's Conservative Alliance proposed 3 possible candidates, leaving the center-left parties to respond as parliament remains divided over a successor to President Sergio Mattarella. The leader of the League, Matteo Salvini, told a news conference, "We are not here to impose anything on anybody." Critics of Italy's political system, where governments are usually a coalition of different parties, may say the economy has dodged a bullet because the controversial former Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi pulled out of the race at the weekend. The current Prime Minister Mario Draghi, a former head of the European Central Bank, is seen as the front-runner to take up residence in the Quirinale Palace, once the home of popes and kings, but the favorite rarely wins. As president, he will have the power to appoint a prime minister, veto appointments to the cabinet, and send legislation back to parliament for members of parliament to reconsider. These are powerful tools to keep reforms on track and could stop any future government from derailing the economy. On sports, let's join Jonah Malik for updates.
A sports update today, Daniela Collins swept into the last 4 of the Australian Open on Wednesday to match a feat from 2019 and shatter French veteran Alice Cornet's dreams of making a first Grand Slam semi-final. The American 27 seed came through an intense clash 7-5, 6-1 in sweltering temperatures on Rod Laver Arena to continue her resurgence after surgery last year. She will face either Polish 7th seed Iga Swiatek or Estonian veteran Kia Kanepi for a place in the final. The resurgent Madison Key reached a first Australian semi-final since 2015 with another big upset to down French Open champion Barbara Krejcikova on Tuesday. The unseeded American ranked 51 was too good for the Z4th seed, who struggled into the sealed Melbourne heat, crushing 6-3, 6-2 on Rod Laver Arena. Key's reward is a clash with either world number 1 Asla Barty or fellow American and 21st seed Jessica Pegula for a place in the final. African football supremo Patrice Motsepe says an inexplicable decision to keep an entry gate closed was responsible for the deadly crush which killed 8 people before an African Cup of Nations match in Cameroon capital Yaoundé on Monday. The gate was supposed to be open because if it was open, they would have walked through, and for inexplicable reasons, it was closed. The Confederation of African Football president said in a press conference on Tuesday. 8 people died and 38 people were injured as fans attempted to enter the Olembe Stadium where the host Cameroon were playing the Comoros, according to a figure released by the country's health ministry. A baby was reportedly one of those trampled by the crowd and was in a stable medical condition, the health ministry added. Communication Minister Rena Emmanuel Sadi said out of 38 people injured, 7 were seriously hurt. And that's Sport Update on Mlc TV. I am Malik Jonah.
Thank you, Jonah.
MLC TV. Emmanuel Dauda Abdul Muttalib, Orange Shunibon Aba Ronika, Kayasumone Kaunika Ibrava, or Areva Bura and you. Yamasoni MLC TV, Abisanavana is to Bura. Like a canal, Hinta, Eva Shunibon Vazo only. Ibrava, Maruka, Abisato Sanavame, for a woman so almost sujete, Irayake, Leo Kukuru, Leo Puzi, at the name Abisato Sonon, and a maneva Menako Hintan, Ibrava, American Baneva, but there is a Vazo only, and Corona Eva Green. Do I have a 9 the last of us in a cool there, who start to be in Magugena. But again, there's a taken on Facebook, Instagram, Kamuru, Moneva, Baneva, and Danibia, do see. I go as one of Koloka, I saw the Cotton, Kumuria, Cotone, I want Daniel Beatone.
And that is our news package today on MLC TV. Join us tomorrow, same time via this channel. For your daily news, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mlc TV, Facebook, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, and Twitter at MLC TV. For your advert placement and sponsorship, please call any of the number displayed on your screen. I am Khadijat Mohammed. Thanks for staying with us.